Learn English discourse and Gujarati.
Charcha.
Funny debates, conflict and gray areas. Welcome to the Argument Cafe. Hey, you are in the right place if you want smart vocabulary without sounding like a sleepy dictionary. Today you will learn big English ideas through lively Gujarati words and one very dramatic imaginary cafe. Welcome to the Argument Cafe, where nobody orders quietly and even the spoons seem to have opinions. On the door, a sign announces tonight's grand
Charcha.
which can mean discourse and also debate depending on the situation. Inside, one table hosts a thoughtful discourse about society, another hosts a fiery debate about whether pineapple belongs on pizza, and a third table is somehow arguing about whether tea tastes better when discussed academically. You do not need to panic. You only need to listen, smile, and steal the vocabulary. Your words for today. Let's meet the stars of today's chapter one by one. Say them aloud with me, even if your neighbor now thinks you are hosting a tiny parliament. Discourse is
Charcha.
Think of a thoughtful exchange of ideas, not just random gossip about whose cat looks judgmental. Debate is also
Charcha.
In this lesson, context matters. Calm academic talk or organized argument can both live inside this word. Controversy is
Vivad.
This is what happens when one comment enters a room and peace immediately files a complaint. Contradiction is
Virodhabhas.
If someone says, "I never speak," during a long speech, congratulations, you found one. Conflict is
Sangharsha.
bigger, sharper, and more serious than a simple disagreement. Field of tension is
Tanav kshetra.
Imagine two sides pulling so hard that the space between them starts crackling like social electricity. Dilemma is
Munjwan.
two choices, one stressed brain, zero easy answers. Gray area is
Aspashta kshetra.
not clearly right, not clearly wrong, and absolutely ready to confuse everyone. Scene 1, The Great Biscuit Discourse. Now you will hear the words inside a story. Relax and enjoy the chaos. Professor Mehta entered the cafe, adjusted his glasses, and began a serious
Charcha.
about language and society. He said public
Charcha.
shapes political decisions. Everyone nodded wisely, mainly because he looked like a man who owned at least 14 pens. Then Ravi raised his hand and asked, "But can a biscuit be called a cookie if it is emotionally fragile?" And just like that, the scholarly discourse became a full debate, still.
Charcha.
But now with louder eyebrows. There.
Charcha.
Remained calm and respectful for almost 30 seconds, which was impressive by cafe standards. When things become spicy, here comes the fun part. When disagreement grows extra legs and starts running around the room. Listen for the shift in tone. A famous singer walked in and announced, "Tea is just leaf soup." The room gasped. One auntie dropped her spoon. A public
Vivad.
was born. This was not just a discussion anymore. This was controversy with steam. The artist's comment started a public
Vivad.
and even the waiter looked personally betrayed. Soon the television in the corner started playing a political panel, as if the universe wanted to add decoration to the
Vivad.
In English, controversy feels noisy. In Gujarati, say
Vivad.
and you can almost hear headlines appearing. The king of contradiction. Next, let's catch a word that loves logic and hates nonsense. This one is deliciously useful. Then came the cafe owner, who declared, "Our cafe is completely silent," while standing under a sign reading "Live Open Mic Night." That, dear learner, is
Virodhabhas.
contradiction. There is
Virodhabhas.
in the report if one page says the event started at 6 and another says nobody arrived until 8 because time was apparently taking a personal day. When two ideas do not match, when two statements cannot both be true, you can point calmly and say, "Aha."
Virodhabhas.
Single quote. It is a wonderful word for sounding intelligent without needing to carry a briefcase. Conflict enters wearing boots. Some words stroll in politely. This one kicks the door open. Let's make it memorable. At first, two neighbors in the cafe only disagreed about who had reserved the last table by the window. Then one said the plant near the window belonged to his cousin. The other said the cousin had stolen it from Destiny. A small misunderstanding became a big
संघर्ष
conflict is,
संघर्ष
and it feels stronger than a simple argument. It can happen between people, groups, or even inside one person who wants to save money and also wants fancy dessert. A wise hero prevents
संघर्ष
through thoughtful,
चर्चा
which sounds noble and also cheaper than replacing broken chairs. The crackling space between sides. Now for an advanced phrase with dramatic energy. Imagine the air itself getting nervous. The cafe split into Team Traditional Tea and Team Experimental Chili Latte. Nobody was fighting yet, but the mood in the middle felt stretched, sharp, and slightly dangerous for table decorations. That middle zone was
तणाव क्षेत्र
a field of tension. Politics can become a
तणाव क्षेत्र
between ideals and reality. Art can live in a
तणाव क्षेत्र
between tradition and innovation. And family dinner can definitely become a
तणाव क्षेत्र
if one uncle mentions inheritance and another uncle suddenly remembers old furniture from 1998. This phrase is abstract, but very powerful. A dilemma with two desserts. You deserve a useful emotional word now. Also, all language lessons improve when dessert appears. At the counter, you face a terrible life event. There is one slice of chocolate cake and one slice of mango cheesecake. You can only choose one. This is
मूंझवण
a dilemma. You are in
मूंझवण
when two options pull you in different directions. She faced a
मूंझवण
between honesty and loyalty. Choosing between two jobs can be a real
मूंझवण
the monkey with a banana in one hand and a mango in the other? Also
मूंझवण
possibly adorable, but still stressed. Welcome to the gray area. Not everything is clean and simple. Some situations wear fog like a fashionable coat. Now imagine the cafe posts a sign. Sharing one dessert among 4 friends is allowed if everyone feels spiritually included. Is that a rule? A suggestion? A poetic threat? Nobody knows. This is a
अस्पष्ट क्षेत्र
gray area. A case falls into a
अस्पष्ट क्षेत्र
when it is not clearly legal or illegal, right or wrong, black or white. Ethics can become a
अस्पष्ट क्षेत्र
law sometimes leaves a
अस्पष्ट क्षेत्र
It is the perfect phrase for those moments when the answer is, well, it depends, and everybody immediately looks both intelligent and tired. Quick dialogue drill. Your turn to hear the words in short, lively exchanges. Repeat the Gujarati parts after each line. A. What are they doing in the hall? B. They are having a
चर्चा
about culture. A. Why is everyone upset online? B. Because there is a
विवाद
about the decision. A. These two claims do not match. B. Yes, that is.
विरोधाभास
A. Why are they shouting? B. It became a
संघर्ष
A. Why does the room feel so uneasy? B. We are in a
तणाव क्षेत्र
between two strong opinions. A. Why can't you decide? B. I am in.
मूंझवण
A. Is the answer clear? B. No, it is a
अस्पष्ट क्षेत्र
mini quiz without throwing tomatoes. Let's test your memory gently. No grades, no panic, and absolutely no dramatic music unless you add it yourself. What is the Gujarati word for controversy?
विवाद
What is the Gujarati word for contradiction?
विरोधाभास
What is the Gujarati word for conflict?
संघर्ष.
What phrase means field of tension?
तणाव क्षेत्र.
What is dilemma in Gujarati?
मूंझवण.
What phrase means gray area?
अस्पष्ट क्षेत्र.
And what word from today can mean both discourse and debate depending on context?
चर्चा.
Friendly conclusion. You made it through discourse, debate, and dessert-based philosophy. That is excellent work. Today you learned how
चर्चा.
can express discourse and debate, how
विवाद.
brings controversy, how
विरोधाभास.
catches contradiction, how
संघर्ष.
names conflict, how
तणाव क्षेत्र.
describes a field of tension, how
मूंझवण.
expresses dilemma, and how
अस्पष्ट क्षेत्र.
gives you gray area. Thank you for learning with me. Keep practicing, repeat the words aloud, use them in your own sentences, and come back whenever you want your vocabulary to sound smarter, sharper, and a little more dramatically caffeinated.